This is a 3T Games production.
Ooh, I don't know what that is.
Me neither. As far as I can tell, they just made this.
Is that the Harvest Moon dog?
Do you know? I was going to say that exact thing. I'm convinced that is the dog from Harvest Moon on the SNES. But ignore all of those Xboxy standard compliant fonts because this is The Legend of Max, a 2014 Xbox Live indie game.
That's adorable.
It's I felt like doing a cute one this time. By the way, hey everybody, I'm CPC Gamer.
I'm CPC Sister the First. And it's my birthday.
It's her birthday.
It's my birthday.
And we are waiting for a plane to take you away to a place.
Far away.
Where are you going?
Moscow. Da.
Is that all you know?
Ja nie понимаю.
That is a good one to know.
And angielski.
I don't remember that one.
English. Although,
okay.
I can't remember which is please and which is thank you. I might say English please, thank you.
Well,
English,
you can be an adorable foreigner.
I'm good at that.
So, you will see certain instances where you'll see parts of this game that don't look like they quite fit.
Yeah.
And I'm convinced that every sprite in this game has been ripped from something else.
How would you fire arrows at a dog?
Well, this game is styled on the CPC, and that's what drew me to it. And that is a classic CPC game corner trap. Just to shoot arrows out of something.
Ooh.
And speaking of the CPC, this music right here is directly lifted from a CPC game. It's really catchy and jaunty, isn't it?
It is. I should be singing it on the plane.
This is from a game called Zap the Balls, which was a clone of a game called Pang.
Oh, I recognise that.
And it took me a while to realise it, because initially I thought, this is obviously the CPC. This is what it sounds like. But then I realised, actually, I've heard this tune in context.
Look at him run. Look at him run.
Look at this 3-frame run. He's so happy. So the story of this game is that we are Max, the dog, and our master has gone missing.
Oh.
Somewhere to the right.
Always.
So we're going to go and find him.
With bones and keys and random arrows being fired at you.
Apparently, yes. Well, no, the bones don't really do anything other than increase your score. But we have to get a key to open the portcullis. And this takes us to, I guess you would call it level 2?
Let's say yeah.
And I kind of feel like this is somebody's first game. You know? And that sounds kind of mean. And I'm sorry, Maze Designer. I'm just gonna skip it and go over the top and get those bones. But, like, the fact that this game... The fact that most of the assets are from something else, or several other somethings else...
Fantastic English there.
Absolutely. How long have you known me and my ability to speak good English?
27 years today.
Well done!
Because it's my birthday.
Oh, I'm chasing my tail!
Oh, that was tense.
This game gets really tense at times. Something else is I feel like this game is a trap. Because... Man, how do we reach that MS Paint box? You see what I mean about elements not quite fitting in?
Yeah. Wow.
You see, I always thought that was like eating a big cookie that was in the way. But I guess we're smashing up a boulder because you see the axe that we picked up has now gone.
There's me thinking we've got a very strong nose.
There is also that, yeah. Oh, there's some cut off on the bottom of that level. Dreadful. But it's very obviously these assets have been taken from a collection of other things, and that makes it feel like somebody's first game. And that is not a bad thing, because everybody has to make a first game.
You're going left.
And...
This is wrong.
Oh, that was it. I was saying this is a trap, I feel. Because look at how cute this game is. I keep expecting level 3 or whatever is going to be actual hell. That's where all, like, the graphic violence happens. Because if you look at the games on the Xbox Live Indie market, the 3 categories are graphics, sex, and violence, which kind of tells you what kind of people they are pandering to.
Cheap.
And, see, that's a cheat. I had that.
Really?
But very often it's sort of cartoony violent, like Shoot Shimi was an Xbox indie title. And so is this. Those bees are oscillating together. But no, this is just something cute to kill some time while we wait. The CPC had some really good music, didn't it? There are, I think, 4 other tunes in this game from the CPC. I think one of them is from the Light Corridor, but I'm not sure what the other ones are.
Oh, I thought you were on fire then.
How rude! Although the fact that it does stay up there in the HUD kind of makes me feel like they didn't quite plan that out.
Everyone's a critic.
Oh, the platforms are falling now! This is a game changer.
It's getting intense now. See, your head is on fire.
Or I'm balancing a torch on my head. Or that.
Boring.
But no, the other bits of music in this game, I want to say the Light Corridor and Trantor for some reason, but I have a friend, Larry, who... I'm just going to wait for him to say it in the comments, because he knows everything about the 8-bit world.
I thought you did.
Now, I know about the CPC. Not necessarily... all of the... There's a logical end to this sentence.
Okay.
And I'm just going to get to it
take your word for
eventually.
Okay.
That was lucky. But no, if you look at the instructions, it's just one screen of text, which basically says you can jump on everything except the flying enemies. So that's why I'm avoiding all the bees and mosquitoes and the bats.
Okay.
Which are probably from Adventure Island or something like that.
Yeah, they don't look the same as... They don't.
With that said, the dog doesn't look the same as everything else.
No.
If it is what we suspect it is, and it is the dog from Harvest Moon, that's because he's been scaled up to about twice the size.
Yeah, that dog is tiny. And adorable. Ooh. Gone darker.
It has! And the music has changed. Now, am I going to push that button? No, I'm not. Because you see that big exclamation mark sign? Oh, maybe I'm going to push it. Why would I do this? Also, I'm sure there's meant to be 2 more, but they didn't spawn for some reason.
That looks unpleasant.
It does. Something you'll notice in this game, I jump onto every moving platform, even though I don't need to.
Yeah.
You can just walk onto the edge.
Really?
Yeah, because they all go to the edge of the platform that you are stood on. Oh, I see that. Now, this game is also fairly lenient. You have about 12 lives. And every time you get hit, you lose a life. If you fall into the water, you just immediately go back to the last patch of land you were stood on.
Yeah, I don't see any save points.
So, no, you have to play this game in one go.
Did you just kill that by looking at it?
I think I jumped on it, but in a very bizarre way.
Okay.
Now, the camel sprite does kind of confuse me, because
You did not jump on that.
I may have done. The hitboxes are a bit wuzzy in this game. But I'm not entirely sure what the camel is from. Because I think the cows and sheep are again from Harvest Moon on the SNES. but I don't recall camels in that game.
No. No.
So I want to say it's from something like Bible Adventures by Wisdom Tree or whoever.
That's a thing.
That is a thing. I don't know if you're aware, they modded the game Doom to be about Noah's Ark.
Right.
So instead of running around shooting actual demons with a gun, you shot grapes at animals until they fell asleep.
Excellent.
And the idea was you were Noah running around the Ark, trying to, I don't know, put the animals to sleep or something.
Would have been kind of noisy in there.
It was a really tenuous link. And the viewers can't see it, but CPC's sister is jiving away.
This is good music.
Oh, it's my friend Steve from work. Again. Just in case you thought we were playing this on an actual CPC.
Do they still exist?
I have one.
Pushed.
I wasn't just making stuff up when I picked CPC Gamer as a name. Also, I'm pretty sure Steve showed up in Child of Eden, which we also did together. He is somebody else who needs to go on the list of people to show up in these videos. Oh, that one was already up. You might think it's leading to intrigue, but it's not. And that one is a trap. If you jump down the pit to the right, you land on that bat.
Oh.
But that's okay, because I just got hit twice by it anyway, because I'm a smart player. Oh, in this bit we have to time it.
Yeah, technical now.
This is about as close to technical as this game gets, to be honest. That puzzle right there. Is there any particular reason that you have picked Moscow? I don't know if we have talked about this on Facebook or what have you. I know that I sent you the Disco Moscow song.
It's just where my friend is. I am restocking him with Iron Brew. He's Scottish.
It is made from girders.
Yeah. God, I can't do it.
Yeah, me neither.
I watch, what is it, Taggart? I just watch that and wait for them to say murder. Because it's amazing.
For some reason, I always associate it with people saying Mordor. Like, they have to take the ring to some variety of a homicide. I don't know.
That's a whole different story.
I'm not gonna chance it with that sheep. Oh!
3 lives left.
I don't know if lives was really the right thing for me to have said, because it's more like hits.
3 tiny doggies left.
Because we've not stopped at any point. And I kind of like that about the game, that you don't have to go through a whole get ready sequence. If I had one bit of technical feedback about the game, I would probably suggest that the platforms all move in synchronization with each other.
Do they not?
No. Some of them start in different places or move slightly faster than the others. So when the two platforms, for example, 2 moving platforms come together, you have to wait for a couple of rotations before you can move forwards.
That's a wonderful sound.
What a mystery! How do I get through that? And as far as like 8-bit sound effects go for metal, that's an alright one for the portcullis. I want to say those palm trees are from the C64. They look very slightly shaded slightly differently. I don't know, just something seems off about them.
No more than everything else.
See, it's one of those weird things that I don't mind sprite art, because I really enjoy it. Especially when it's done right. Like, again, the Scott Pilgrim game is something we go back to. Everything in that game looks good and it looks the same.
I like that game.
But it looks good because everything looks the same. Whereas in this one, the dog is kind of big and blocky. And that's obviously made in paint. That switch. That was me getting too impatient, and that was just silly.
I bet.
Usually, in 8-bit games, when you see a wave of enemies like that, it's a sine wave,
Yeah.
timed so that you can run underneath them.
That's what I was expecting.
Apparently me too!
Whee!
Ooh, we have made it to our next backdrop.
That's very pink.
Now we're in the desert. The desert at night.
With sheep.
Didn't you know that sheep and water existed in the desert?
And also bats.
And a free hit. I'll take that. I probably need that.
Yeah. Well, now the camel makes more sense.
It does.
Don't do it!
Do you know what? That sounds like a very good idea after the last time.
Oh.
Although I'll jump straight into that bee instead.
Well, you can't have everything.
And you know what? I think now is about as good enough time as any to stop the video. So, we'll be back for part 2 of The Legend of Max.
Exciting.
Bye-bye!
Bye.